Hi everyone. So usually on my main channel, Canadian Studmuffin, I do what I'm going to be doing for this video, but I thought I'd do it on this channel too. It's fun to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick, without looking, 12 albums from my CD collection, and then I'm going to look them over, and I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite and do a little mini review for each of them. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12, 11, 12. So the only thing is, if it's like a greatest hits or a live album, I might pick another one from the mainly studio albums I'd like to rank. First one's a live album. I'll include it though. Yeah, so just greatest hits I won't include. Frank Zappa and the Mothers. Roxy and Elsewhere. Ooh. Paul McCartney, Give My Regards to Broad Street. Jefferson Airplane Surrealistic Pillow. I can't even say it. Ooh. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Cosmo's Factory. Johnny Cash, American Recordings, Volume 4, The Man Comes Around. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Black Sabbath. The Band, Music from Big Pink. Ooh. Paul McCartney and Wings, Venus and Mars. The Pretty Things, Parachute. Sparks, A Woofer in Tweeter's Clothing. And The Undertones, Positive Touch. This is a good stack of CDs, except for maybe one album. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I know how to count. And just a reminder that today on my Canadian Studmuffin channel, we're doing our album exchange series. And I love doing that series. I hope we get more and more viewers and people commenting. And there's even I think 4 people that are choosing 2 albums also and giving us, reviews of the albums in the comment section. So please join along. The playlist will be here or here somewhere. I think here. Yeah. Yeah, this might be the best. I've done this a few times. I think this might be the best stack of albums I've picked so far. So I'll edit this video and I'll put them in the ranking from my least favorite to my favorite. So that took me a couple of minutes to decide, and some of the albums they're pretty even for me liking them or loving them. So, but easily number 12 is Paul McCartney, Give My Regards to Broad Street. I rarely play this album. Not really much of a fan of it. He redoes some Beatles songs which were kind of pointless. The Song So Bad is very good, and No More Lonely Nights is also great. But overall, one of my least favorite Paul McCartney albums. That's number 12. Yeah, my number 11 switched at the last minute because I really thought it over. So number 11, which is a very good album, I enjoyed listening to it, is Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow. With, of course, I think the first album with Grace Slick. White Rabbit is one of the greatest songs of the 60s, one of the greatest songs ever. Today is really beautiful. She Has Funny Cars, Somebody to Love, of course. Yeah, I should rate these. I would rate this out of 10, 5 out of 10. I would rate this at least, 8 out of 10. Really good. So number 10 is The Band. Music from Big Pink. Yeah, I switched them. This was number 11. But I think I prefer this one just a tad more. Once again, great vocals. My favorite album by the band is Cahoots, which is, I feel, is underrated. But this is, superb too. I will give it a very strong 8 out of 10. Number 9 is the live album by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. I don't play it that often, but when it first came out on vinyl, I played it a lot, so I know it very well. Frank Zappa is one of my all-time favorite artists, and definitely in my top 3 guitar players of all time. This was a double vinyl record and a single CD. Yeah, great musicianship. Number 7, and this is, I really shouldn't say anything, but I will. I think somebody picked this for today's video for our album review series. Glenn offered it, and I, of course, have it. And I heard it because of an earlier CD exchange with Glenn. It's the Pretty Things Parachute. Recorded at Abbey Road Studios. Really nice harmonies, very Beatlesque. And I definitely want to get more Pretty Things. I have SF Sorrow, but I want to get more of their early albums. Great band, very underrated. Number 7, I've been listening to this band, they've been in my CD collection for many years, but this past year, I've been kind of ignoring them, even though I really love them. But this year I've been playing them a lot, and this is possibly my favorite album by The Undertones, Positive Touch. Great, really catchy, most of the songs are fairly short, 2-3 minutes. Really short, melodic, pop rock, really catchy. Some kind of soul music in it too. So, highly recommend it. The Undertones, Positive Touch. Number 6, I keep forgetting to rate these. I would 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Up next is, at number 6, David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. I have everything by David Bowie, his whole all of his studio albums and a few live albums. Yeah, this would be in my top 10 David Bowie albums. He has so many great albums. And I would give this at least a 9 out of 10. So these 5, I would give these 5 albums 10 out of 10. I know, when we review albums and we rank them, Some people, you know, I'm just more, I'm not as picky about numbers. Like, there's lots of 10 out of 10 albums in my CD collection. And that's because I love every song on the album. I think the whole album is superb. There's nothing I would change about it. So it's a 10 out of 10. Number 5, Black Sabbath, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Possibly their best album. Including Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, of course, the title song, A National Acrobat, which features one of my all-time favorite guitar riffs. I mean, sometimes there's more than one great guitar riff in a Black Sabbath song, but it's the part that goes do 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 do, that. The only song I'm not crazy about is Sabra Cadabra with Rick Wakeman on keyboards. But that doesn't even matter. It's still, all of the other songs are so amazing. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Number 4, the follow-up to Band on the Run, and very underrated, I feel. Venus and Mars, Wings. Yeah, just a great variety of songs. You know, the rockers like Rock Show, and Listen to What the Man Said is so catchy. Letting Go, of course. Magneto and Titanium Man. And also, you know, a song like Lovin' Song is just so gorgeous. And I feel it's underrated. Nobody ever talks about it. 10 out of 10. I know, you're thinking that Sparks is number 1, but they're not. Sparks is number 3 with A Woofer in Tweeter's Clothing. Now this album cover, I've talked about it before, but their drummer, as you can see, what he does is he tips Ron Mail's chair. Although I think I would have preferred that as the album cover and then that as the back cover. But this was their second album, 1973, and it took, you know, a few, like when I first bought it, I disliked it, kind of like Kimono My House the first time. But on further listens, you get used to it. It's very different than any other Sparks album, but highly recommended. A Woofer in Tweeter's Clothing at number 3. Number 2, just a perfect album. Creedence Clearwater Revival, for me, their best album, Cosmo's Factory. Ramble Tamble is my favorite CCR song, but everything is just so excellent on this album. Number 2. Number 1 is Johnny Cash. That's right. Yeah, I have played this album a lot through the years, and it's one of those albums where, you know, listening on headphones late at night and you get the tears in your eyes just from his voice. And of course the song Heard and the great video for that, which is also included on this, a DVD of it. But just his renditions of Bridge Over Troubled Water, probably my favorite song on the album. First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, Personal Jesus, In My Life, the Beatles song. It's just the whole, as I've said before, if there is a God, I believe there is, if God could sing, he would have Johnny Cash's voice. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and please remember to check out our album exchange series, and I'll be posting the the latest video this afternoon. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment below and please remember to subscribe and like the video. Thank you. Bye.